Hey YouTube, what's up? In JT Sasuke, I'm here to bring you my review for Arrow. So jumping right into this one, we're gonna start off with the flashback. Basically, they end up at this old Chinese lady's house, and they're hiding out there. They realize that Amanda Waller is not chasing after them, but it's that general that was supposed to discharge Oliver. He actually ended up capturing Amanda Waller and taking over her position in Argus, expanding their resources. They actually plan to take out China because they're a economic and military threat. So he plans on leveling them with the Alpha Omega virus. And him and his people, they have developed an antidote to the poison or whatever it is that this bioweapon. So basically, what ends up happening is they end up trying to find out, who's behind it. They find out it's not Amanda Waller. They end up stealing the antibodies, and it was enough for Oliver, Maceo's wife, and their child. And what ended up happening is they decided that they were all going to go ahead and stop the general from dispersing the Alpha Omega together. Moving forward, Roy is in jail. Captain Lance knows he's innocent and trying to get him out. Roy is actually in prison, not only for saving Oliver, but because he feels like he has to be. And Oliver has to deal with being basically useless. So basically, the entire episode is built around Oliver, like I said, being useless. He can't do anything. He can't be the Arrow because there's no more Arrow to be. And he can't be Oliver Queen because all of his assets have been frozen. So with that being said, not to mention he can't leave the city, and not to mention there's a new metahuman in town with no Arrow to stop them. There's really nothing that nobody can do. Or so you thought. You have the Atom. But obviously Ray is not up to speed in terms of skill. He has the tech, yeah, but he doesn't have fighting spirit. They ended up getting into it one time. It was a pretty alright battle. It actually resulted in Ray having to flee. And when they fought the second time, Oliver at first was controlling Ray's suit. So, Ray was really putting it to him until he was able to sever the mind link between Oliver and the suit. So then Ray had to rely on himself, and he actually ended up beating him, which was awesome. The metahuman actually had like plasma beams or heat vision, whatever one of those two, which was incredibly awesome. I was actually shocked when I seen a metahuman there. Now, something to be praised about at the end, and when they locked him up, he went to Central City and locked him up with Cisco, and they figured out that he wasn't there during the explosion of the particle accelerator. So how could he be a metahuman? So that's a mystery to be discovered. They didn't call Barry in because Felicity looked like he had too much going on in his mind with Dr. Wells. It's a long story. It's going to be hard to catch up with him. And that was just a reference to him being the Reverse Flash. It was very funny. We got to see a lot of the dynamic of Ray and Felicity's relationship. And their relationship works really well. And it would work if she wasn't in love with Oliver. And Ray definitely sees that. The fact that he said I love you and she still hasn't said I love you back to him just shows so much. But then she was telling Oliver that he needs to remember that there are people that love him. So what ends up happening in prison is that Roy ends up getting stabbed. And we thought he died, but he actually ended up faking his death. So what ended up happening is he did get stabbed, but it wasn't in a vital place. The person that stabbed him was one of John Diggle's men, and he specializes in stabbing people, so he knows where to stab to kill or unkill, or kill or not kill, I should say. And he also is good at lacing his blades with an agent that will mask the heartbeat or slow it down to the point where it seems like he's dead. Puts him in a state of death, but he's not dead. He was able to fake his death through that. After that, Roy Harper is dead, which means that the Arrow is dead, which means that he can now finally escape. Um, I'm talking about Oliver when it comes to escaping. Now, Roy obviously had to leave. So he ended up leaving Starling City and he told them to tell Thea that he's sorry he had to leave. And he thought of this as a new beginning. So, with that being said, we also have Thea. Thea had a huge battle with Ra's al Ghul, and I was really waiting for Ra's al Ghul to actually give her props because she was doing good against the head of the demon. I love how she knew who he was, but just kind of mistook his name. She was like, "Do you know who I am, girl?" And she was like, "You're the demon." He was like, "I'm the head of the demon." That's just funny, in my opinion. But she had a really good battle. It ultimately ended up in her getting killed. She's dead. She's definitely dead. They're gonna bring her back in the next episode, and the next episode is when Oliver is gonna become Ra's al Ghul. So I can't wait to see how that plays out. In the meantime, that is basically the episode. The episode had a lot more into it, but I just went over the main points of the episode. So, thank you guys for watching. Comment down below, tell me what you thought. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time.